Are you tired of endlessly applying for jobs in the UK and getting unfortunate replies? What if I tell you there is an easier way for you to travel to the UK with your family that does not involve you spending hours applying to jobs you don't even like? In this video, we're going to be talking about how you can self-sponsor your visa. And the best part is you can apply for your indefinite leave to remain in 3 years and live happily ever after with your family. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Hey besties, welcome back to the channel, and if you are new here, hello, my name is Scholastica, and if you stick with me, I'll try my best to answer all the questions you have about traveling abroad with your family. And to all my returning subscribers, you are absolutely fabulous from head to toe, and I love you. Do you know you can actually self-sponsor your own visa to the UK if you have a business you are doing back in your home country, or you have a skill you are very good at? You can apply for the Innovator Founder visa and get it approved in 3 weeks after submitting all your required documents. So first of all, what exactly is the Innovator Founder visa? So this visa is for those of you that have businesses back home that you know you want to bring over to the UK. Now, before you decide to apply to this visa, if you have a very big business back home in your country, let's say for example Nigeria, if you have a very big business in Nigeria and you don't want to move your headquarters from Nigeria to the UK, then this visa is not for you. But if you have a business that you are open to moving over to the UK with, like you want your entire company, or maybe not just the entire company, you want the headquarters to be moved to the UK, then yes, this visa is for you. And if you have a skill that you are very good at, maybe you've not turned it into a business yet, but you have plans to turn it into a business very soon, then you can also apply for this Innovator Founder visa. Now let's talk about the eligibility requirements. So you have a business idea, or you already have a business in place that you want to move over to the UK. What are the other things you need to have in place before you can apply for this visa? First of all, you need to have a valid international passport. Of course, you can't even travel out of your country without an international passport, so you know that already. So make sure you have your international passport handy. You must also be at least 18 years of age to be eligible for this visa. Now, apart from that, your business also has to be registered in your home countries. Now, you also need to meet the English language requirements. There are different ways for you to actually meet this requirement, but I'm going to talk on 2 most common parts because most of the people watching my videos, they are from Nigeria, so you are all familiar with IELTS. Okay, so you need to write the IELTS and have a minimum of 4 in the IELTS. If you are planning to use the IELTS, you need to score a minimum of 4 in speaking, listening, reading, and writing. Maybe you are not good with tests and you don't want to really write the English language test. Now, there is another option for you. If you have a degree that is taught in English, maybe you have a BSc or a master's degree that was taught in English. If you are watching this video and you are in Nigeria, yes, a lot of us were taught in English, so you can use your BSc certificate for this requirement. So all you have to do is register with the ECTIS body, and they are going to evaluate your credentials just to make sure that you meet up with that English language requirement for this particular visa. So moving on, your business also has to be endorsed by an endorsing body in the UK. Now, obviously, you know before that will happen, you have to register your company. So those of you that are doing backyard business, I see you. Go and register your company in Nigeria, CAC, get your company certificate, put up a business plan, like make it a legit business before you can actually get a letter from an endorsing body in the UK. Because guys, there are a list of endorsement bodies that you can actually use, and it's in the UK government website. I'm going to leave a link to that in the description box so you can see an option of the ones that are available for you to use. Now, if you don't want to use those that are in the UK and you want to use other bodies, you can still use that, but you have to like explain to UKVI why you decided to use that body, and it's just another hassle on its own. So if possible, I would say use the list of endorsement bodies that is in the UK government website. And the main purpose of this endorsement body is just for them to go through your business and make sure that it is a legit business, so you are not parading a fake business and trying to get a visa to come over to the UK with a business that does not exist. So that is why you have to get a letter from the endorsement body to endorse your business. Without that letter, you cannot apply for this visa. Now, before, there used to be a requirement that you need a minimum amount of money for you to be able to apply for this visa, or for you to even be able to apply to the endorsement body, but that requirement has been taken off. So you don't even need any minimum income anymore. There is no minimum income, there is no maximum income. As long as you can prove to them that your business is legit and is going to be bringing profit, then yes, you can get endorsed by the endorsement body and you can get the letter to apply for your visa. Now, apart from that, you must also prove that you have enough personal savings to sustain you while in the UK. So you will need at least £1,270 to be in your bank account for at least 28 consecutive days before you apply for your visa. Now, I thought of changing this money to Naira and putting it on the screen, but then you know the exchange rate fluctuates every day, so I'm not going to do that. Just go online and check what the exchange rate is from pounds to Naira, and then make your calculations so you'll be able to know how much you need to have in your bank account before you apply for this visa. But guys, it is better for you to have more than this amount than for you to have below this amount, or even just this amount. So if you really want your visa to be approved, like you want to prove that you can actually support yourself in the UK, then make sure you have like more than £1,270 in your account. Now, apart from that, you also need to do the TB test and get a TB certificate. So if you are watching this video and you are in Nigeria, Nigeria is among the list of countries that need to show the TB certificate for you to get your visa. But if you are in the US and you are watching this video, then you don't really need the TB certificate. But like I said, most of my audience, they are from Africa. So yes, we have to do the TB test and show a TB certificate before you can apply for your visa. Now, apart from that, you also need to pay the IHS fee. The IHS is like the International Health Subcharge. So this is like your health insurance. When you come over to the UK, you know, or maybe you don't know anyway, but the NHS is free. So there's free healthcare, your medications, your GP consult, everything is free here. And this money is paid for by UK taxpayers. So you need to contribute your own quota since you are coming over to the UK. That is why you need to pay the immigration health subcharge. Did I say international before? It's actually the immigration health subcharge. All right, so the immigration health subcharge costs £1,035 per year per person. So if you are going to be applying for this visa and you are going to be applying for 3 years, you can apply for 3 years and then extend your visa after that. So if you are applying for the 3 years innovation founder visa, that means you are going to be paying £1,035 times 3 years, and you have to pay this money in full when you are applying for your visa. Now, if you meet all these requirements, if you already have all these documents in place, then you can go ahead and apply for your visa. So the innovator founder visa costs £1,191 per person, and yes, you can also apply with your family, so your spouse and any child you have under 18 years. So I'm just going to read this from the UK government website so I don't have these figures mixed up. So let's see. Money you need to support themselves, that's your family obviously. So your partner and children must each have a certain amount of money available to support themselves while they are in the UK. In addition to the £1,270 you must have to support yourself, your partner or child will need an additional £285 for your partner, £315 for one child, and then £200 for each additional child. So they actually have an example here. So let's see. You must have £1,870 if you want to bring your partner and one child with you to the UK. That is £1,270 to support yourself, plus £285 for your partner, plus £315 for your child. But if you have like more than one child, let's say you have like an additional 2 or 3 children, for those 2 or 3 additional children, you will need to have like £200 each for each one of them. I hope that is self-explanatory. And of course, you will need to have the money in your bank account or in your dependent's bank account for at least 28 days before you apply for this visa. Now, apart from that, you also need to pay the IHS fee for your partner and your children. Of course, your partner is going to pay the same amount that you are paying, which is £1,035 per year. But for each child, they are going to be paying £776 per year. So guys, this is actually not a cheap process, but if you have a business or you're planning to come over to the UK to start a business, you should have the funds available, because this is different from when an employer is sponsoring you over to the UK. You are the one sponsoring yourself, so you have to pay all this money on your own. But the good thing about this visa is that even though it's expensive, even though you are going to be spending a lot of money just to bring your family over with you to the UK, your partner, your children, they can school in the UK free of charge, they can work, they can travel abroad and come back, and you yourself too, you can also do the same thing while on this visa. Now, after 3 years, you can decide to extend your visa, that is, apply for the same visa again, or you can decide to apply for indefinite leave to remain. So guys, whoo, I feel like this is actually a very good opportunity for you guys. So instead of applying continuously to those care jobs, those unfortunate replies that you've been getting all the time that no, we're not giving certificate of sponsorship, if you have a business that you are doing, this can also work for those people. Like, let's say your wife is a care assistant or your wife is a nurse and you don't want to come over to the UK and start from scratch. This is for those dependents. Now, I actually have a video about those husbands that come to the UK as dependents, the good, bad and ugly thing about coming to the UK as a dependent. I'm going to leave the link to that video up there so you can watch it and you can get insights from other dependents already in the UK. So like what I was saying before, I digressed. So if you are a dependent and you want to come over to the UK with your wife who is a care assistant or who is a nurse and you don't want to start from scratch, this is also an option for you. You can start your own business here in the UK. That business you are doing in Nigeria that is discouraging you from coming to the UK with your family, you can start your own business and then bring that business here in the UK and apply for the Innovator Founder Visa instead. If you enjoyed this video, then you are going to like this playlist over here. This playlist contains videos about life in the UK, what to expect and stuff like that. And if you gained any value at all from this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, share this video to as many people as you think would benefit from it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I love you guys. Stay fabulous. Until next video, bye.